Okay. So in the last class, we have learned about how to declare a method and return type and all, right? So today we'll learn some of the basic things like how to invoke a method, how to pass a actual parameter, where should we use the return type and all. And once that is done, it will take 10 to 10. We'll move to method overloading. Okay. So let's start with that. Okay. So I have a class called learn. Okay. Today we'll only talk about method. So let me start with a method called sum. Okay. So this is a method sum. Okay. Which is having two parameter int a and int b. Right. Okay. 1 second. And here I have not given any return type. Okay. First, let me just okay. Let me add one return. I think what it's saying invalid method declaration. Make sure it return void. 1 second, just wait. Okay, so I'm returning void. Okay. So when your return type, this return type is void, right? Inside that method, you cannot write this return statement with a return value of anything. Okay. Let I'm writing here return one, which is integer. What is my return type? Here is void. So whatever you return, right, is totally you should declare your return type based on that. Okay. So let's assume I am declaring here int. Okay. So I can okay. Now I have declared int. Can I return this? So what it's saying? It's saying you are returning double. Why double? Because double is a default data type for floating numbers, right? Okay. So now I'm returning double. It's saying, okay, what will happen if I do here opposite? If I have here double and if I do here one, there is no issue because it's auto casting is happening, which is implicit casting, you can say. Okay. So it's normal integer is getting converted to double. Okay. Because double is a bigger data type of similar. So it's double can hold this. What happen if I have here byte? Okay. So byte also because one fall in the range of 1 to 127, right? So this is fine. Okay. So this return type that we used to declare before or we used to mention before method name is very important and it's directly related with the return statement that you are having in your method. That is the first thing. Okay. Okay. So now let me have it here int. Okay. I am returning also. Now there is one slight difference that you guys have not. So I have a
Uh,
yeah.
Abhinav, sorry for the interruption. Just assume that we have the byte return type and some int A and int B. And
Mhm.
while returning, if you are using return A plus B, in that case, what will
No, no,
happen?
no. In that case, already I have, like we were discussing about what we call the casting, right?
Yeah,
Narrowing and widening. Before that, I explained that when you add int and int, what is the result? Result will be int or bigger than that. Never be less than that, right?
yeah.
So that formula you have to apply everywhere. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's like it's simple, straightforward. So if you add a 2 byte there is might be a chances you will get an integer. There not a might be definitely will get an integer. Why? Let assume if you are having byte A which is having 122, then another one you are having byte B which is having 122. When you add these two, it's become 244, right? That is go beyond byte range. So I
Yeah.
think you guys have noted down, right? I already demonstrate that. Like if what you will have if you add integer, what will if you add double, you never get int, right?
Yeah. Yes,
As
right.
a result, right? So that is the same. If you have one double, one int also will not get, sorry, I'm saying one int, one long, you will always result will be in bigger size, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay. So now this is the thing. So this method is not returning anything. This is void, right? Can I have return statement here? No, I cannot return anything from this method. So then what
Oh,
about that? Okay, let me add here. So what about this? 1 second. So this return statement still you can have. So what exactly it will do? It will just return the flow from here. Okay. This is called blank return statement or empty return statement. Okay. So till now clear. Okay. Now, because this is not returning, okay, this method is not returning anything, right? So we mention here what? Let assume this mention return int. Okay. So if this method return int, okay, and see, I'm start getting here error, right? It's a missing return statement. So if you mention rather than void anything here, right, as a return type, you have to return the similar thing. So let me return something. So either I directly return a value or let me have int sum equal to, sorry, let me do a plus b. Okay, and let me have here, sorry, let me add here sum. Okay, so now we have sum here. Okay, so now in the main method, because from main method execution start, I am going to call sum. Okay, so first of all, this is instance method, right? So I need a object of learn, right? I have given name L. Okay, just to L dot sum. Okay, so now I'm going to pass here. See what I'm going to pass. Byte B 10, byte 20, sorry, C equal to 20. I can have same name in the main method because inside the main method this is a local variable, right? Correct? So I can have, and these are local to that. What we call this? These two argument. Which type of argument? Formal argument. Okay. Okay. So now let me pass some actual argument. So I pass here B, which is 10, C, which is 20. So it's accepting, right? Because simple thing, byte is a smaller container, int is a bigger container. These two are similar type of container, so they can, from a smaller to bigger, we can convert easily. You guys may remember, right? Narrowing, widening, typecasting, right? So I can pass byte. Okay, what about long? You see long, we can pass or not. What it's saying? Long is a bigger data type than int. It's saying you are provided, see here. So required type it int, but we are providing long. So we cannot pass a bigger data type. Okay, which is clear to you all? Okay. So let me do this byte. And this is also byte. So now, okay, what is the return type? It's returning int. Okay. Let me try this as you said, right? When you perform, let me try to hold this in byte. So, sorry, that is the result. So what it's saying? It's required type byte provided int. Okay. So required type byte and provided ints. Okay. So our is, it's we should cast to byte. So now if, because when you add this, right, we are having integer directly you cannot assign. If I do casting, what happened? You guys remember the loss of bits. You remember, like I explained in very much detail why we lose and what exactly value you will get, right, when you do a explicit typecasting. So this is called explicit typecasting. Okay, we are not reading about that, we are reading about method, so we'll have more focus. So always remember, whatever return type I have here, if I pass long, right, sorry, not this long, so it's fine because long is a bigger data type. This is clear to you all, right?
Yes.
Okay, and always have a return statement when you define here return. Okay, now this, there we used to have a modifier, right? Public, you see somewhere like here also so public usually means anywhere we can access. Okay, anyhow we'll study in modifiers and all. So that time I will discuss in details, but right now you remember public. If you not mention public, it's default. Okay. Okay. So this is clear, right? So now just take an example. Here I am returning. Here I am int. Can I'm adding two integers, right? A and B. I can have long here, right? Which is fine. But can I return long here? No. Okay. What it's saying? Loss of precision or what? Okay. It's just saying casting issue. Okay. So one second. So this thing's clear, right? Okay. Now forget about this method. Let me take another method. I'm just when and in how to invoke a method and what parameter we supposed to pass and what and all parameter is accepted when you try to invoke a method. Okay, that will see. Okay. Okay. So now we'll have a method called void test. This method name is test. Okay. So now this method not returning anything. Okay. I'm just printing here except except. Okay. So let's take here I am having double. Okay. Sorry. Double D. Okay. Now I have a object already, so I will use this. Okay. So now what I will do, I will call this test. Okay. What I will do, I will pass here 0, sorry, 0f. Is showing any issue? Which type of value I'm passing to this method? Float, right?
So you have passing floating.
We are passing float.
Float. So it's accepting, right? Okay. Let me pass byte. So this B is byte, right? Let me pass the byte. So B is also accepting. Okay. Let me pass an integer value. Let me define here in A equal to, sorry, A is not there, right? A is equal to 40. Let me pass here A. Okay, that is also fine. Okay, now we'll see char C equal to A. Let me make it C1. Can I pass C1? C1 also I can pass, right? So almost all the data type, all the integral data type, right? That we have short, long, byte, float, double, we can pass to this double because double is a bigger container. It can contain everything. Clear to you all?
Yes.
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 Okay, now I will do one thing. I will just make it byte. So now it will accept byte. Okay, so see, character itself start getting what is saying provided and all, right? Okay, let me pass here int. Int is A. Int also, long also, same issue you will get. Okay, let me pass byte B. It's fine. So you guys understand how parameter works, right?
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah, clear. It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Now similar thing we'll do with the return type. Now this was void. I just want to explain this how this data type you can pass and all. So now there are different scenario that we'll discuss. So here what I will do here, I will have long. Okay. So now byte I had here I in parameter I'm accepting byte. Okay, let me take here int. Okay. Okay. Now in return, because it's having a long right return type, so I have to return some long value. Let me add. Now what I will do, I will return here a character. I can return because if bigger container, right, can accept a smaller data type of similar, like it's an integral, that is the reason it's accepted. If you pass integer, it will not accept. Sorry, string, it will not accept as it was accepting character, because character is got converted to the ASCII representation, and that value considered as a integer value of that or decimal value of that. Okay. So now this is long, I can have here. Okay. What about byte? Okay. So I can return byte also here. So we'll see. Byte b equal to 3. So b. So byte also I can return. So these things clear to you all, like you guys are able to understand this thing, right? So pretty straightforward, nothing much we have. Okay. Any doubt in that?
So far, it's pretty much clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Now this method is returning long, right? Whatever value
Hello.
byte. Let's take an example. System.out.println. So println means, if you see this println, right? What I will do is L dot test, and I will pass a value b. So what is b? B, what we have 10. So what it will do, this, it will call this one, it will return a value, that return value get passed to println, and that will get printed. Okay. So it will get printed. Okay, what is this? Okay, this is different issue because I have created one more project inside another one. Okay, if I move this class, Control X, let me move this to this one. Okay, what is the name? Name of that program? Learn, right? Production.java. Okay, let me run this. So it's print 34, right? Here, okay, what happened if this is void and it's not written anything? Can I call that method in a similar fashion? No, because this print statement need a value here. Okay. Okay. So if you see, like, how many print statement we have, like this is, see, when you don't pass any value, this is like that, blank. When you pass boolean, it will invoke this one. When you pass character, it will invoke this one. When you pass int, it will invoke. When you pass long, float, double, object, string, and this object. So at the last, it's having object. If we, okay, so we'll talk about that. So you see, for each type of data, they are defining a method. They are having a method, right, with the same name but different data type, right? It's having, all are having the same name, but if you see, the parameters are different, right? You see, it's different, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the declaration that we are seeing, right? Is Java 21. Like this is Java 21 code. Okay. So see, when you simply call this println, it just call a method called new line. And what this new line do? This new line add a new line. But when you pass a boolean, right? Here, see boolean. So it like write line string dot value of x getting converted and print. It's calling a method called print. Forget about this synchronize, this and all, that we'll learn later. Just remember this thing. This is the first line. What? So for when you pass a boolean value, this method got invoked. Okay, when you pass a character, this method got invoked. When you pass as integer, this. When you pass long, this. When you pass float, for everything they have double characters. Okay, strings. Then you want on objects. Okay. After object, if you see after object, there is no, because object they have kept in last. Okay. Okay. So similar fashion, we will also learn today method overloading. So method overloading means what? Method overloading means, we'll see, a method name, a same, like you have a 5 or 10 method with the same name in a same class. Okay. But their argument, right? You know about actual argument and formal arguments, right? So their arguments are different. Okay. Where is this method? Okay, let me go to this. Okay. So now let me define another answer. Let me comment this out. Okay. You guys are understanding, right?
Yeah, yes, Sabina.
So I'm just going very basic way so that if anyone who don't know this method and they can also able to understand. Okay. So today we'll talk about method overloading. Okay. So what is method overloading and all we'll see. Okay. So I've explained that how to invoke with the byte, with the long and float, how the behavior will go, right? So we'll see now method overloading. Before going to the method overloading, okay, overloading in the sense like when you loaded with the different task, right? So we call I am like if you got overloaded, so you will say, look, okay, today I'm very overloaded. Overloaded what? So same you are the same person, okay? You are performing different tasks based on different inputs that you are getting, okay? Similar way, the method also, right? So let's assume if you are having any method, so in similar fashion, method are also get overloaded, and each method, right? Each method that we have, it will perform a different task. Okay. So now how to overload a method and in which order it will get called. So everything we'll discuss today. Okay. Let me connect to my notepad.
Can we have the different return type in the method overloading?
One second. One second. One second. One second. Yeah, you were saying something?
Yeah, can we have different return type when we use this method overloading?
Okay. So in method overloading, return type doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
Method overriding return type matter. Okay. So we are learning
Okay.
method overloading. In method overloading, the what matter most is the order of your argument, okay, and the data type of your argument, or the number of argument that you have. Okay. So anyhow, I will explain that. Okay, you don't need to bother about. Okay, my screen is visible to you all, my notepad, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it is visible.
Well, I'm not able to see my notepad is visible to you all, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm. Last time what happened, na? The notepad when it's not visible to me, it's not got recorded. Okay. So that is the thing. Let me do one thing. Let me say it again. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. Okay. I'm audible? Fine. Okay. So now we'll learn about method overloading. Okay. So the basic definition of method overloading, in same class, you can write a multiple method with the same name. So let's go with the definition and we'll create a class. So class, let me create a class called example. Okay. What I said, you can create a multiple method with the same name, right? So let me create a method called m1. Okay. Curly start, curly end. Okay. So I have created one method called m1. Okay. So now what I said, like in one class, we can have a multiple method with the same name. Okay. So one more m1. No, it's not like that. So you can have m1 and then you can have another m1. The only thing is that this part, right? Because the first m1 doesn't take any argument. Okay, so when you define a second argument, a second method, right, with the same name, then it should take some argument. So basically, what you must change is number of parameter, that is the one thing. Number of parameter. Parameter मतलब argument. Okay. Number two, type of parameter. Okay, the first one, number of parameter means the first M1 have 0 parameters. The second M1 must have 1 parameter at least. Okay. Type of parameter means, let us assume if I are declaring a M2, which is taking int A. Again, if you declare M2 in the same class, which take int B, you can have any name, right? So this is not method overloading. So if parameter is matching, then it's not method overloading. Okay. Even it will show that you cannot clear a with the same name you cannot create a method. Okay, in your compiler because you are having everything same. Okay. Okay. Now the third point. So type of parameter. So if you are having int A, here you should have string B. Then this is fine because this M2 parameter argument data type is different and this M2 argument data type is different. Okay. Now, third point, order of parameter. Okay. So what is order of parameter? So order of parameter is, let's assume you are having M3. You define inside a class, same class that I have example class. You define M3 and what you did, you define a parameter order. Remember this, X and int Y. So again, if you try to define M3 with the first argument as a string, let us say Z int W, then this is not allowed. Okay, which is allowed? You can define M3. What I said, order of parameter. You change the order of parameter. What is the first argument in M3? A string. So make int Y and then second argument as string X. Clear?
Yes.
So this is called approach to method overloading. Okay. So what we learn, method name can be same, but their number of parameter should not match. Type of parameter should be different. Order of parameter should be different. Then only it is allowed. Okay. Clear? Or always remember, now we are learning method overloading. In future, when you learn inheritance, you learn method overloading. Okay, so never confuse overloading with method overriding. Okay. Overloading will happen in one class. Where we can perform method overloading? Inside one class. Okay. Clear to you all? So when I say one class, in the sense, you can define a class X, X, Y, Z, whatever class you define. And inside that, if you define method with similar name, right? I define M1, and then I have int A here, and whatever I want to do inside that, I will do. I can have here string B, whatever I want to do, I can do here. Okay. Clear to you all?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we'll do one thing. We'll take example. We'll perform certain what we call a certain examples, and then we'll learn in next class. We'll learn recursion. Okay. Let me close this. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So now you guys know about method overloading, right? So we'll write some program, okay, and then we'll learn. Okay, let me lower class method overloading. I have mistake. Okay, so this is main method. I don't have to write anything inside it. I can perform the same thing over here, but I don't want you to confuse, so I'm taking a different class. So class method overloading example. Okay, I've taken a bigger name. Let me do one thing. Let me remove this. Okay, so now I have a class called method overloading. Okay, let me have one method called M1. Okay, M1. Okay, what it's saying? Make M1 return void. So it's returning void. I define another M1. What I say? Return type doesn't matter in method overloading. Okay, but overriding return type matters. Okay, I again define. Let me define a similar method. What it's saying? You cannot define. Solely different because their parameter is also same, their name is also same. This thing, return type does not matter. So whatever you can give. Okay, as I said, return type doesn't matter, right? Yeah. So what matter most? So let me make it void. So what matter is you just add one parameter to that. So now this one have one parameter, this one doesn't. This does not have any parameter. Okay, I will have here float B, right? So it's different, right? If everything is same, but what is different? The argument. As I said in the example, right? The argument type, order of argument, and number of argument, right? Clear to you all? Okay. So now, okay, let us, this is float and all, right? It's having int, it's having float. Let me do one thing. Let me create an object and then I will call this method obj equal to new method example. So obj dot. Okay, let me see what is happening here. I'm just passing one and I'm saying because this is integer and this is float. We will see which method will get called. You guys have to guess. M1, sorry, M1 with int or M1 with float. Which one will get called?
M1, the int return,
Okay.
right?
Okay, we'll see.
Sorry, the int parameter. Yeah.
M1 with int, right? Clear. Okay. So now we'll change the order and see It's the same thing or different thing? Okay.